Discussion will be having your day. You just gather the main one, so we'll be having our
Hello.
First, no introduction. I'm not joining.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna join.
So, everyone is ready, right? I want answers. Is the lunch sufficient for you to answer? Okay. Okay. Then so I'm your host for this session. So we'll be having first one, building multi-platform experiences. Join me in this welcoming our expert session. Sorry. So we'll call Jaldeep Asodaria, co-organization of GDG Ahmedabad. He will navigate us through the intricacies of building multi-platform experiences. Get ready to absorb insights that will reshape you to this.
Thanks for the intro. Hello, everyone. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming and attending this session. So I'm a co-organizer at GDG Ahmedabad. So you can say like I'm in the family right now because GDGs are all the groups from the India, and we can say this is a family. I'm also senior mobile engineer at a high level, which is a product company from the USA. And we are working on the full Flutter and some other technical stuffs as well. And in the meanwhile, earlier I was an Android developer, and then I'll start with the Flutter. Then on a free time, I create a Google Assistant apps, Android Things apps. I like one of the on the morning session we show like who can become the smart homes at home. So I created my own home with this kind of things. So yeah, this is a bit intro about this. So yeah, about the today's session, like इतना सारा कैसे घूम गया? Yeah. So very first thing is what is Flutter. So some of the few have maybe tried, or some of the you are trying to that one. Like earlier, mobile application is building from the Android, and for iOS we need to use the Xcode and everything, right? So now the cross-platform is becoming that, and from there with the single code you can build a multiple devices application. So for example, the Flutter is kind of the Google framework which is provide you need to write a code for single time, but it will be build the application for multiple devices. So that's kind of the topic today is. So as per the things like, but we all already know, okay, like Flutter is doing these kind of things. Other platform as well, cross platform we have. Those are like we are code into the HTML or CSS or JS, and it will convert into the mobile application. But why Flutter? Flutter is why in this kind of hike. So the main reason is very first one is beautiful. With the Flutter, you can able to build the very much beautiful application. What are the designer are saying? Okay, like I need a cross button here, I need this kind of flag here. So you can build everything because Flutter is using the canvas of the screens. So that's why you can draw anything on the canvas. Second one is the fast because the Dart language is a AOT and JIT, both type of compiler they provide. So it will be like moving in the fast is the compiling and the runtime as well. Third is the productive. Productive, that means ki like you need to just code for once and you can build your application into multiple devices. And the open source. Anyone know what is open source? Sorry? Contribution, right? Yeah. So Flutter code is fully open source. If you are going to any kind of like how the text field is written in the code, how the button is working, you can check everything, each in line code, and you can also contribute on that as well. They have some certain guidelines to follow, but you can contribute. Like if you find during the development, if you find any bug or any kind of things, if you know how to resolve that, you can check and raise a PR for that one, and they will merge it as well. Some of the like I think Bhavik's one of the two PRs are merged. Is it? The Tirth have one. Okay, okay, yeah. And the portable, that means once you build the application, and you can deploy on multiple ways. Like for example, for Android, we need to publish on the Play Store. For iOS, we need to on the App Store. Then for Windows, we have Windows Store as well. So kind of thing. Linux as well, we can also deploy on multiple stores. So yeah, that's why we are going for the Flutter. But right now, the main thing is like multi-platform support. So Flutter is supporting multi-platform. That means same as again, ki like multiple devices, multiple things you can deploy and you can build, and people are using that one, right? So very first thing is mobile. As we already know, like mobile application we build, so it will be seamlessly same as we will check on the Android and iOS both. Some of the clients, if you are going into the industry and then work, so earlier what happened, some of the clients are say iOS and Android both apps I need to look same. So we need to manage the Android code and the iOS code both separately. But if you see the WhatsApp example, now it's similar to Android and iOS both, but earlier Android have different UI and iOS have different UI for the WhatsApp applications. And then we on during the client code, we will explain them like you can able to also build a different UI. But somehow some of the requirements we need to work on that one. So the second one is web. With this one, you can also build a website as well. So for the simplest one, if you know C++ language, you can build or you can write any code into just the syntax, difference of the syntax only. You can write a code in Java as well and Python and everything, but the difference only syntax is a different one. So based on that, same as the Flutter, we can return into the Dart language. And you will build the web application as well. Another one is desktop. As I said, you can build a Windows, Linux, Mac OS application, and embedded as well. You can able to build for the smart home, smart devices. You may know like about the Google Home and everything, right? Raspberry Pi we are using for IoT basis application. So with the Flutter, some of the things are limited, but you can build as well. So the thing is like supported development platform. So which are the platform are available to deploy and to support and everything. So these are the things we have available. For example, kind of the platform, Android, iOS, how many minimum version or maximum version they are supported. Maximum will be the targeted one, which is the latest one. But minimum is this. Like for the web, you need to this version on have on and above. You can deploy your Flutter application and things. Thanks. By we think this like oh, this is the great things, right? But yeah, as no like let's see how example like on the single code how Flutter will manage, like how it will be possible to deploy everything on the different devices, but the single one. So the thing is like very well I will explain. The main core thing is like the embedder, which will be the platform specific one, which will can run on the things. Then we have engine. Engine will be the much things like this will be handle all the machine learning, machine code. As you know, like I'm speaking in English. So if I'm speaking in Hindi, but you can have the translate and everything, but computer have the assembly language. So we writing code into the English, and then some of the processes are happening which will convert the code into the machine code or the assembly code, and then machine can understand 2 plus 2 I need to go to the 5. So these kind of layers are performing by the engine. And then the framework, that means on top of that we have the Dart framework. So for example, if you return the text button, right? So earlier what happened on the other closed platform, if you write the text button, it will be convert for Android into the text button, for iOS into the iOS button code. So that's called the OEM widgets. OEM call, it's called, like they need to convert into the native code. But the wow moment of the Flutter is only using the screen of the canvas. Canvas, that means you have the blank paper. You can write or return everything, right? So Flutter is using the canvas. Based on that, if you return the text button, it will draw the text button. If you add the round corner there, so it will be drawing that one. So that's why we can build the multiple apps or beautiful apps with that one. So these are the minimal things, architecture pattern they are following to build and to run the application on the multiple devices, because every devices have different architecture into the behind. Like web have, for example, Safari, Chrome, and Firefox. Everyone are the web from web, but Android and are the OS different OS. So how it will be possible due to this architecture? Flutter can able to draw anything on this. Yeah. So you might be like with this, okay, I trying to understand, but not getting 100%, but trying kind of. Yeah. But yeah, so the mobile and web and everything have. So I just want to explain you about the web. Because of web, we have HTML, CSS, and kind of things. So you can see like Canvas, WebGL, that means the graphical links. Then where's assembly. These are the core part which will be built or run the UI on the screens. So above we have the same framework engine, which is the Dart. It will be build everything. We will draw and pass on to the browser statistics, and it will be draw anything. Yeah. So with this one, as you know, like mobile have these kind of screens. For example, 1920 or different resolutions. Web have multiple things, HD and 4K, 4K to 440, I guess, or 190, 1920, 1080 resolutions. Then some other things are desktop application we can resize as well. If you know, like if you are using browser as well, you can minimize and maximize everything. So everything has the responsiveness. So that's called the responsive. You can change the UI based on the size of the width and height of the apps. So how you can build the responsive AI with that one. So these are the useful widgets we have, which will be helpful. We can use to make the responsive. So for example, maybe layout builder. Layout builder is providing us for example, if I explaining you useful widget, that means the one title, then we have the list view, and then we have the Google developers logo, right? So that's all the part of this. So in the Flutter, if you want to design, you need to take a one column, and one column have multiple items, and this kind of the list. The very first item is the text, the second item will be list view, and the third item will be the image. So right now we have set it here, right? But if you have bigger screen, for example, if you have bigger screen like a website, right? So you want to move this logo to the right side, and the remaining things will be same as the here. So with the layout builder, you can achieve this one by the some of the tweaks in the code. So another is aspect ratio. Aspect ratio, that means it will go ahead give you on a ratio basis, like 0:1, 1:1 kind of, and it will be collapse and everything with base that. So yeah, media query. Media query is a very important one, because using the media query, you can get the size of the current screen. Not a current screen as well, but what are the apps are running right now, that's also we can build. So if user are using your hand or using the mouse, it will be resize the builder, and our application will using the media query, we can check Like for example, our app's width is 100%, 100 pixel, then it will be into the show list. If our width will be the 500 pixel, then it's a bigger one. We have right side, we have some more space, so you can check out the logo to here. So using that kind of media carrier, you can multiple git things is. Yeah, we have orientation builder, fitted box, and custom multi-child layout and kind of things. So these are the minimal things. We have lots of the things, but these are the useful which we can into the mind on very first time. Yeah, so now is the another topic is like adaptive. How you can make it to adaptive one. Adaptive, that means we build the application in the responsive way. User want to change anything, our UI will not broken. Our UI will be flexible with the same as the sizes. But adaptive, that means user want to interact with our application. For example, if I have mobile, I can touch everything on here, right? I can long press and everything. But in the web, we like some of the system are not the touch screen. So on that, you need to use the mouse. So we need to support that our pointer selection as well. So this kind of things we can get an example as a adaptiveness. So we have some more to support that one. We have some widgets as well. So for example, we have listener, then focus to make it any focus on the image or any text or any kind of things. Then we have action shortcuts. Mouse region will be helpful for the mouse movements. So somehow like on the some of the website you show to make it the attractive. So like if you are hover the mouse on some of the action or some of the button, it will be change the animation kind of things. So with the Flutter, you can like useful using these kind of widgets. You can get achieve that one as well. Yeah, so with that one, like some of the tools and libraries are already built. So as we know, like Flutter is a open source code, and you can build your own as well. So any kind of we have libraries on packages. So for the Flutter, we have pub.dev where you can get all the things. So for example, she has made some of the list view which we can have the pull to refresh functions to refresh the list, and then we have long press, or we have slider to make it like more and delete kind of option, right? So you write the code, but somehow I need also that one. I need to write again some of the things, some other things. So in the world, like everyone have some of the requirements, and based on that they are need this, right? So what will she will do? She will make a code one here and the stable one. Just we need to give some of the parameters. Like for example, if you swap right, you need to show a delete button. Swap left, you need to show a more option. So this kind of configurable things you will be give us, and you will make this kind of as a package, and you can also publish on the pub.dev. So it will be available on the package, and using that package, I just want to write a 5 or 10 minutes line, right? So I don't need to write the 1200, 200 or 500 code. I don't need to write the business logic as well. I just need to configurable. For more button on click, I need to do this. For delete, my business logic. So by going this one 10 to 15 minutes code, you will be get the things. So these are the use wow moment, or we can say power of the packages. So for to making our apps multi-platform, we have some packages as well by our contributors. So these are the, for example, we have device preview, the main useful I think we have, right? Once you written a code for the login screen, for example, it will be good in the my mobile, but somehow on the for example iPhone or maybe other Android, for example Pixel device or the smaller size device, UI will be vary because the resolution are different one. So by using the device preview, you can check by the OS device model, like which are on the iOS, Android, and Mac OS, and based on that you can check your UI approximately how it will look. Like not 100% surety, but approximate you can check, like here my UI is broken, I need to check some other things, it will be run into the everywhere. So device preview, we have some other platform or libraries. We have VelocityX, by the way, by the Pawan, who have on our morning sessions one. So he has built this library, and it will be really useful. Another one is desktop window. We have dual screen, like we know like foldable screens are here right now. So using the that one, you can build your application for the dual screen as well, for the foldable devices. Context menu, Mac OS UI. So it will be providing you some of the methods and some of the functions which will be showcased like same as the Mac UI. in the Mac OS, if you are running, it will be showcased like. So you can build multiple things kind of UI with that one. So go router, that means it will be used for the navigation and everything. Because in mobile we have some like, once you press the login button, once you successfully done, we need to jump into the dashboard. Then we see some other screens we need to navigate to that one. So by using that one, you can check that. Yeah, Pawan, your library is mentioned on the very top one, Velocity X. Yeah, so why that one is like, we have too much so many chit chat now, but what is the things like how we can, right? So let's see in an action. I have prepared some of the demo with here, and I will showing you like how we can run onto the everything. So in the Flutter, the main thing is if you just initial with the new project and give it the name and everything. So Flutter will by default generate that counter application, which are the plus kind of you can increment, and by changing some of the code you can decrement and increment. So by using that one, you can show like how the code structure or how the things are working, how the widgets we can able to implement, then you can change the things. So I have some of the things. One example, we can show you the here. नहीं. चलेगा. ओ स्वैप ही करना था, बता दे मैं. So yeah, before going to the code, I just want to showcase you that this is the web. This is the Mac OS application which is running here. Same as the like, we have list of the things and status and calls, and so kind of clone, we can say UI of the clone or the functional. So it's running properly in the Mac as well as. So on the iOS application, on the iPhone simulator, the same UI, same app. Yep, right. एंड्रॉइड में मेरा डिवाइस में रखना पड़ेगा फिर. एक कहाँ गया वो? Okay. So here it is by changing how many devices like iPhone, Chrome OS, Mac OS we have. So if I select the Chrome and go to the run int. So web app as well is running and like kind of initial screens, and that we have the UI. So here you can see in the web we have side by side chat. On the left side we have the list of the users or list of the we can our contacts, and the right side we have chat. So in the mobile application you can check the very first screen is only the list of the things. Same as the web, we have these kind of things, right? So multiple layouts, but on the by managing by from the single code base. So just want to show you like how they have. So minimum time what timing is okay. So everything like, for example, C and C++ you have run. So void main is the entry point. Same as in the Flutter, we have a main.dart under the lib folder where we have the widgets in every year. And yeah, these are the things. So here they have used the screen type of layout. Based on that one, it will be show that like mobile. If we have the mobile, then it will be show like here. It will be the greater than the mobile devices. It will be show like the here UI kind of things. And if I go to here, so it will be these kind of things. Like for example, if it's the mobile, then directly just go with the app bar. We have multiple tabs, chat, status, and calls, and then the list of these. And other UI, if we are going, then it will be side by side UI. So just similar, the single code will be run on the multiple devices with the multiple UI tweets, right? I think आपको डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए ये. नहीं वो नहीं चल. बहुत भगाना पड़ेगा. अरे यार, कुछ नहीं नेक्स्ट देना मैं बोली तो ऐसा होगा wow obviously okay so these are the things like we have checked by how many things or how we can build one application one code for the multiple devices or multiple resolution as well so yeah now we are open for qa if anyone have any doubt or anything anything anyone sorry react native yeah yeah so react native in the behind as I say like other cross platforms we have but how it's differ because the flutter is using as I said you the canvas of the screens so if anything is open like on the canvas you can draw anything like if I give you a blank paper you can draw anything on the things right so that's why flutter is building this and the react native they are converting the code into the OEM widgets is for example in the text field if we are using uh, by converting like by running or by compiling the code the react native will convert android code into the android system android make os framework and for iphone it will be converting into the xcode which we are running earlier we are writing in the swift ui language and these are in the kotlin language so these are the difference between these both okay yeah. Okay. Okay. We do have that. Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah, if anyone wants to any ask question, yes. So we have some swag as well from the team. So yeah, yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Django or Flutter? Which one is better? Which one is better between, Django or Flutter?
So for the better comparison, like it will be purely based on your requirements. We can say, like for example, sort of the things I need to match with my requirements with my project. So you need to check like what are the platform, what are the framework I'm providing, and based on your requirement, you need to select that one because we have multiple things, multiple cross-platform, multiple languages we have. But why I need to go to the Dart language?
Hello,
Why I need to
hello.
go to the Java or Kotlin? Why I need to go to Swift UI or we have some JavaScript and everything. Based on your requirement, you can choose your base fit on that. Yeah, it will be like not 100% surety like I just 100% my project or 100% my apps will be built on here. But somehow you can take a risk like 50-60% you know. These are the things I know I need to achieve 100%ly. 10, 30%, it will be fine. It will be okay. I can find another way as well. So based on that, you can check like what are the apps or what are the framework will be work for you. Yeah. Yes, please.
So basically, whenever we compare applications built on native Android and Flutter, we see that Flutter apps have bigger size.
Bigger size. Yep.
So
Yep.
what are the best practices so that we can reduce the size?
Okay, so that I will give you two answer here. So very first, you will be talk about bigger size. That means the on the production kind of you say or while developing side. On the production side, right? Yeah, because just want to heads up. He know I think that's why during the development the big size will be bigger because it will be implement the virtual machine inside. As I know, like as I told, like Flutter development is fast. Why? On the other, for example, if I go to the native one, Android or iOS one, so if you run anything, you will be have the welcome back kind of text here, and then you run, it will be show properly. But now the thing is like you need to check the like name is the welcome back jaldi. You need to add, so you need to stop the application, then change into the code again into the run. It will be built again, and then it will be run on the application. But the fast movement is in the flutter is flutter have the hot reload and hot restart feature, so that will be like only the change it will be differ and it will be run on the directly refresh the screen. So for example, you have run the application, welcome back we have written already there, just want to change on the welcome back Jaldeep and just save the file only. By saving the file it will be reflect on the UI. So with the help that virtual machine, it will be check the difference between the previous and current one and going that one. So now back to your question is how it will be reduced. So we have some dev tools, the features we have into that, where we can getting most probably like profiler and analyzer of the APK, analyzer of the build, where you can check what are the files and what are the assets are taking so much sizes on that, and based on that you can tweet something, or you can replace with that one by some of the resolution down, or some of the by finding the other ways. So if you some of them were noticed, like classes are have 65,000 70,001, it will be error will be the dex error. So sometimes we need to break it into the some of the files as well. For example, one class have bigger one 2,000 or 5,000 line, and you will give me to read, I will be bored in that turn. But what we'll do, we'll do make it on a 500 line of code. But if we have the kind of widget, for example, text button, we have email and password and everything, I will be move it into the another file, kind of the we can say content of the file. Then the business logic will be the different one, then the login button, and then if you have bigger UI. So for example, if you take it an Instagram application, one is the app bar, then we have story bar, then we have the post list, and then we have the bottom bar kind of. So you can break out into the some different files is, so it will be more easy to readable to you, and it will be more easy to like whenever you have any change or any bug you can find, you can easily will be maintainable, or easily you can fix that out. Yep. Anything else? I have some time, or I'm done with that? 5 minutes. Okay, like we can take one or two questions.
Like I know what Flutter does and what it does, but I don't know what to learn. So what should we learn and what are the prerequisites for learning Flutter?
Okay, so yeah, for learning Flutters, we can say like same as for written the code or written the language, we need to understand C++ is the parent one. You can have this by basing on the syntax, you can change it. Another one is so much things are coming right now. Like if you see like 1 or 2 months, we have new things. Like as I said on the today morning, we have Gen AI, generative AI right now, new things. Earlier it will be like another things and everything. So you need to keep it updated by yourself by checking the spaces where the new announcements are they are announcing on that one. And based on that, like some of the base tutorials or some of the base YouTube videos, you can check it out. And I suggest like as much say like Google I/O we have event on that, they are live streaming or they are streaming on the YouTube as well, some of the videos. Okay, like for example, if you want to create a login screen but with the OTP verification, so we have one of the product as well from the Google is Firebase. So on the Firebase, with the minimal steps, you can set up a phone verification steps, right? So this type of things you can check out from their website, and from the YouTube we can learn for that, and you can implement on this one. So these are a kind of multiple things we can. So Firebase we can use for the database as well. So earlier what happened, like if you need to write a code or write an application, you are the mobile developer, but you need somehow from the front end or back end who can write an API for you for the database connection, for getting the data and everything. But with the Firebase, you can, like if you have minimal requirements, you can create own database on connection with the mobile app, and you can retrieve and write a data for that. So by checking this kind of tutorials from the Medium, from the YouTube videos, and from the official websites, you can check this one out. Okay. Yeah. Yes, please.
So we can create web applications using Flutter, right? Instead of using normal web development, if I use Flutter to do it, in industrial applications, what is the threshold? Like how far can I go?
What is the
threshold? How far can I go using this in industrial applications?
I just didn't understand the question. Can you please repeat again?
Sir, if we can make applications using Flutter instead of using web development, at what rate we could use Flutter in industrial application, and what are the advantages of using Flutter?
Using the Flutter, okay. Yeah. So one of the example, if I going giving you right now, like in our organization, we started using the Flutter for the backend as well. So you can write like for example, if you have the Node.js and everything, if you know, so we write the backend on for the MongoDB or maybe other database connection as well. But using the Dart language, you can write the client-based applications as well. So what the benefits of that? For example, I want to move it on to some other areas or for other languages. So I need to go for the Node language or JavaScript or anything. Then I will able to build application. But as I'm the Flutter developer, I know the very much mobile, but I don't know the web structure as well. But by starting this one, I can write the language code by checking some of the things and everything, and I can start moving and like learning on this one. So based on that, like single language, you can write a both code, like web app as well as the mobile as well. So these kind of things we can try. Yep.
Can we compare Flutter with any? Can we compare Flutter with any other mobile development frameworks?
Can we
compare Flutter with any other mobile development frameworks?
Yes, we can, like as I said to Haruk, like as per your requirement, you can check the things. We have multiple tools, we have multiple platforms, we have multiple language, multiple platform we have. But based on that one, as per your what you need to build, based on that you need to select. So for example, as I sir said, like what is the difference between React Native and Flutter, right? So both are the platform, both are the support Android and iOS as well. Third one example, if I give you Ionic, if you heard about that Ionic word, Ionic is also the cross-platform one, right? But it has some limitation, it has some features, so everything is a pros and cons. So based on your needed, you can choose your base framework with that one. Yep, I think so. We have panel discussion as well on the mobile. See, like for the Flutter, we can use multiple things with that one. But for the ML, EIML, cyber security, so we need to check the things. Okay, like how it will happen. So as I give you the Firebase example, right? It will have to support some of the things you can use. I just forgot the name of that one, but by using that one, you can write or you can connect your mobile application with the models and everything, as Pawan has showcased about the things. So with that one you can check as well, like for the cyber security I need to check that one, like what you need to build that one. But yeah, for the mobile application with that Flutter, you can have the connection, you can code with that one, which will communicate with the machine language model, and it will be give it the input and as by output based on the your request and response on that one. That will be possible. Yes, 100% possible. Yes. So yeah, I think we need to wrap up. Sorry for take some time. Hello. But yeah, we have some panel discussion right after the mobile track, and we have like Bhavik and here, and he's also with Ola here. So Pawan as well. So we can ask any question on that panel discussion. We can give it that one. That badges we can. Yeah, the panel. Okay, panel. You will provide in the panel discussion. Okay. Okay. So next one. Huh? Okay, great one. So yeah, with that one, thank you so much for joining, and thank you, Abar. Dhanyawad.
Well, that was a very fascinating and interactive session by you all. So let's dive back into the Android session with the same enthusiasm. Now, join us for an exciting session with Manas Malla, a Google product expert in Android. In the next half an hour, discuss the secrets of the Meta's rapid innovation as Manas unreveals the months using the Jetpack, how the threads was built in just 5 months using Jetpack Compose. So get ready for the very first hand account of cutting edge Android development. I'll heart welcome you, Manas.
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm just typing in some URLs. Manas क्या करोगे? Hack कर रहे हो session? Yeah, I'm ready. तीन system एक साथ चला रहा हूँ. सारा hack कर रहा हूँ. चला पढ़ता था sir. ना वो है ना discussion. ये ना. Hey. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Probably I don't believe I need a mic, but just that the computer takes it, I'll just use a mic. So good afternoon. I'll not be taking much of your time. I'll just start quick. despite being in the core team of GDG Vizag, I have a few disadvantages. Yesterday night, we were doing an internship at the printing office, getting all of those badges getting printed. So I could not take much time to present a presentation, a well-prepared presentation. But I do have a few points that I would like to share. How many of you, like I believe everyone has just watched, but just to make sure that all of you are still listening to me, I'd like to just ask a quick question. The quick question would be, how many of us have watched the magnum opus that has ruled the entire world, Triple R? Could you just raise your hands? So that I'll know that people are listening to my session and not just sleeping. I know it's a very vague question, but yeah. Yeah. So that's great. But why do you believe that RRR became such a big hit? Like the thing that started out before even RRR came, that was, I believe, what is instrumental in RRR becoming that famous. And what do you believe that is? Sorry? Yeah, please make it loud. I cannot hear your voices. The fans are too loud. Huh? Okay, yeah. Why do you believe RRR became such a big hit even before its launch? Trailer, hype, yeah, these are all great answers. See, I'll go with the same. So I believe even before the movie launches out, the trailer gives you the biggest glimpse of the movie, and then that is what brings the hype and the interest to go to the movie. Am I right? So let's watch the trailer before I begin my session. Okay, so how was the teaser? How many of you understood what went in the teaser? Okay, so I'll ask a more formal question or an informal question. How many of us how many of us are on Instagram? Many of us, okay. How many of us on Twitter? What happened to Twitter a few months ago? There was a decline in the number of users on Twitter. Why? Okay, but why did Threads come into the picture in the first place? I have my startup founder along with me, Lochan Mathukumeli. So, based according to him, the right product at the right time gives you a lot of results. So, in that way, when Twitter was down, when Elon Musk bought it and they was making many changes to the platform, that is when Threads took advantage. It did not take down its Instagram app and say, no, I'm going to create Twitter Instagram or Twittergram. No, it just created a whole new app called Threads. And it did that within just 5 months. Time is of the essence. So they just did it in entire 5 months, the entire application. And then how many of us are on Threads today? I am on Threads. How did you feel the experience is? I know it is a little bit buggy for a 5-month app. It's very great, but yeah. So what I would want to say is, would you believe that, like, how many of you, like, sir was asking previously about React Native? All of us have heard about React Native, which is given by Meta itself. But instead, they chose Jetpack Compose to build the Threads app, and they were able to do it within just 5 months. Doesn't that sound amazing? It definitely sounds cool. So if Meta could do it, I'll just give you a small hint. If you are a developer who is like Sampath Balivada, who is now taking the cloud session in the cloud track, who is my mentor basically, if you sit like him, like morning to evening without even sleeping, drinking, or doing anything, you can build the entire Instagram app in just 5 days using Jetpack Compose. The entire workflow of Instagram in just 5 days. How does that sound? So how many of us know about Android development, or a little bit from the Android development sector? Been in the Android development sector, made a few apps. Yeah, that sounds cool. So, okay, first trivia question. How many of, like, what would you guess was when I started my Android development career? Like in which grade probably? Okay, my volunteer team just gave it out. I started my Android development career when I was in 6th grade. Yeah, that is true. When I was in 6th grade. And that time we did not have Jetpack Compose. That time it was all Java plus XML. We had to code an XML screen. Then we had to give all of those IDs. Even a small mistake in that ID, the entire app would crash with that one frustrating error, null pointer exception, NPE. That's it. You would have to go through all of the code. You would have to check adapters, recyclers, check all of that to just fix a small bug. But imagine, I was very new to Jetpack Compose. I really did not like Jetpack Compose. I was like, okay, I learned Jetpack, I learned Java, I learned XML, I am good. I have been writing apps. Again, now I have to learn one more new language. I was not even comfortable with moving to even Kotlin. But the first time when I started seeing Kotlin code was during, guess which event changed my mind for Kotlin? Any ideas? It was a Google event, that I'll assure you. It was a Google event which changed my perspective on Android development and Kotlin 3 years ago in 2020. Yeah, 2020. Any ideas? Any guesses? Come on, I believe it is obvious. Okay, to just make the things in you. The person who tells this answer, I'll give them a badge. Okay, now who was the first person to tell the answer? Okay. For one badge for you and then one badge for him. Okay, yeah, please take it later. Yeah, remind me. So yeah, it was during DevFest 2020. It was during the COVID pandemic. That was when we had the online DevFest throughout India. During that session, they showed us the power and impact of Kotlin. So when you had to write around 10,000 lines of code when it came to Java and XML, we were able to just bring that down to very few lines of code using Kotlin. And then once we got Jetpack Compose, I did the entire course. Like tomorrow was my IIT examination. I'll just tell you the truth. The reason why I'm standing today, and which I feel very grateful for, I'm standing in Geetham today giving a session, not in some IIT, because before my IIT mains exam, my mom actually wanted me to study for the exam. Instead, I just took the Jetpack developer course, which is available on the Android website, finished it in the whole day. It was that interesting. So yeah, it happens. So when it comes to that, I'll just give you a small brief of how you can actually become Jetpack developers. If I tell you, all of you are Jetpack Compose developers, and I can prove it to you within 15 minutes, would that be awesome? How many of you are excited? Okay, great. We'll prove that then. I'm a man of my word. Yeah, done. So I come from GDG Vizag as an Android Study Jumps facilitator and a Google product expert. So Jetpack Compose is nothing but a game. I know life is a big game, but Jetpack Compose is an even bigger game. So basically, it is a game which has a few rules. First thing, these are few of the puzzle pieces that you have with to work with. What are they? Could anyone just read it out for me in the audience? Anyone? So we have an image, we have a text, we have a text field, a button, a surface, a checkbox, a radio, a nav bar, and a switcher. Are we all clear? So you have these puzzle pieces. Just caution. So we have these puzzle pieces, and then your puzzle piece picture gives you an app. And then previously, sir was sharing WhatsApp code, which sir has shown. Like that, if you would have to make WhatsApp, then these are your puzzle pieces. How many of us made puzzle pieces, like solved puzzle pieces during our childhood? How many of us are really good at it? The same thing here. You have the same puzzle pieces. Do you put them in the row, that is in one, in the horizontal direction? Do you put it one below the other in a column? Do you put it on one top of each other? That is a stack. So, but can you just solve an entire puzzle piece just with one puzzle piece? Nope. So you'd have to use multiple. So just now we just shared about what are the different ways in which we can just join those multiple puzzle pieces together. That is a row, horizontal direction, column, vertical direction, layouts. You can use both rows and columns together to build complex layouts. And then box, basically, which gives you one on top of the other in the z-axis. And then surface, it just gives you some background padding and coloring. Basically, all of us, if given time to draw in our boring lectures, we draw so many beautiful diagrams in our notes. So in the same way, if you want to decorate your widgets, just use a surface. So how are composable defined? Composables are not just some magical UI elements. They're just your basic functions. How many of us are aware of what functions are? I hope none of us are newbies to functions. We've all finished our BTech. I did not finish my BTech. That's the thing. I'm still in my second year. So functions, so they take an input. We have a processing that is going on. We have an output. That is a function. Basically, am I right? So in the same way, here we take inputs as some parameter, some data in some tabular form or whatever data that you want to fetch. You do some processing, put them in layouts like how my ID card is designed. My name, we just take a template, we put in my data. I get an output as my ID card. In the same way, you take some data, you put it in some composable, you get different WhatsApp screens. My WhatsApp is different from your WhatsApp. But they both follow the layout structure because only the data which is put in that layout structure changes. So with that, you can build complex layouts. You can just, it's an input calculation and an output. So if you give an input of 5, if you have to square it, 5 times 5, it gives you an output of 25. So here in composables, work by giving input, composition, UI. In the input, what you'd probably do is you have a UID, a name, a profile, a message, and a status. These could be some different parameters that you would use in a WhatsApp-based application. You take those input variables and then bring it onto the composition, where basically we scan through all of your code. We try to identify what all puzzle pieces that you actually inserted in. Here, we don't have any visual puzzle pieces. You would have to type those puzzle pieces onto code. So we just scan through all of that code. We identify what are your prime layouts. Once we have those prime layouts, those like rows, images, column containing both text, column containing surface and text. So in that way, we just broke down our UI. And then what we do, we start measuring each puzzle piece. Is it the right size? So we take some width. We take some height. We take the both width and height to give us the measurement. The next important thing is placement. How much is it from the top left, from the top right? Basically how absolute would work on any HTML, CSS, JavaScript website. So from 320 dp from the left, 320 dp from the bottom, you just use some anchors to place them. And then finally you start drawing. Basically you don't draw it. You just tell the compiler how to draw it and it draws it on the screen. Most of the work is done by Google and Jetpack Compose by using those default functions, the puzzle pieces which I showed you earlier. You can build a thing which looks similar to this. So if you want to build that basic WhatsApp element, this is your thing. So if you want to dig deeper into how Jetpack Compose actually can help in building more complex UIs and basically all of those courses which I completed to earn around 64 badges, you can just check out that. All of those. We'll just even share the PPTs with all of you. So you need not worry on that. State, that is one more important thing. I have 5 minutes. Yeah, great. So I just take 2 more minutes. So state. What is your state or your mood right now? What's your mood right now? Does everyone have a different state? If I tell that Narendra Modi is going to give you 2 crores of cash right now, what is it going to be a mood? Let's be true and genuine, right? We'll feel happy and then we'll be making plans what to do with the 2 crores of money. So basically, what did I do? I told you a statement. I told you I'll give you an action. That action basically change your entire state. Am I right? So in the same way, we have actions which change state in Jetpack Compose. It could be as simple as clicking a button or rotating your screen. Any one of this action could cause a fire in the change of state. A state is nothing but what is the current position of your app? Is it in the home screen? Is it in the lock screen? Basically all of those. Even a button press could be a change in state. Even a radio button could be a change in state. So we have changes in state. So the one which I was telling previously, basically I cannot use WhatsApp here. Meta will sue me for using that on my presentation. So I just made a clone which is called memories. So if you want to build like this something, so your puzzle pieces, will you just try to wrap it up in 2 minutes? Giving me, I'll not do this. So basically I'll just show you this. Can you just try to break it down for me? We're using rows, columns, and then basic elements that we discussed previously, buttons. Anyone would want to give it a try? Just give it a try. We'll see how much till you get. At least people who try will get a badge. I'd have to use cool methods to make people speak out here. Yeah, please. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Anyone can try it out. No worries. Do not feel scared. I'll help you out if you need. Yeah, someone please have them ready. So the people who at least speak, yeah, you can try it out. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Your question. Okay. 8 rows. Where do we have it? Okay. For each and every element, you mean to say we have 8 rows. Okay. How do we make each of that row? Like using those elements that we use.
The first one is the app bar, and the second one is the menu bar, and the third one is the layout, linear layout, or some linear or relative, whatever it might be, the layout which is used to fill up the stack. And then in the first row, we just segregating it into 2 columns. The first column is the uses display the title of the application, and then we just given a menu bar with 3 dots. In the second row, we just segregated it into the 4 columns. The first one is the camera and chat, status, and calls, and then and third one is already a layout, and we doesn't need to keep it anymore. That's what.
Anyone else would like to give it a try? Please give him a badge. Anyone else would like to give it a try? Okay. Okay.
Okay, you're saying to like I have to expand the screen, right?
Yeah.
In Jetpack, in Jetpack Compose.
No, like the puzzle.
Okay, normally I will explain what I know. First one is I will explain the phone screen.
Okay.
First one is app bar.
Okay.
And there are 3 tabs, right? Chats, status. We in without Jetpack Compose, we can call it as tab bar view. Normally, yeah. Coming to list component. Actually, in Flutter we use list view builder. But coming to here we use list view. We have some lazy column we use. Okay. Now I'm explaining about the row component. Every list item is one composable function. Okay. And everything we keep it in first row. First child is first we will make with the help of the surface or some containers we will do image. And coming to next second children widget we use column. Inside column we have 2 widgets like 2 text views. At last third column third children will be the another container with the count. That's it.
Thank you. That's the right answer. And then we probably give him a badge and then.
Firstly, I want to explain it in Flutter.
Okay.
Its memories are title. The 3 dots is menu bar, and the down one is app bar. And then come to the down part. It's a material state.
Okay.
Then we have used column attribute. So in order to arrange all the rows, we can't use row as an attribute directly. So we use columns. After that, image, text, and icons.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. So yeah, in the interest of time, we'll just leave it. We will still distribute badges. So do not worry. We still have a lot of badges which we will distribute by the end of the day. We don't have a team which is going to use all of those badges. But yeah, basically we take in a scaffold which is just going to give us some basic predefined placements. We cannot define every X, Y, Z and all of this. This is going to take a lot of time. So scaffold gives you some predefined templates, like how an ID card has already some predefined templates like name, email, all of those, photo, all those. So scaffold is going to do the same thing. In that scaffold, we give an app bar. In that app bar, we have a text with the title. Let's not go into the syntax. Let's just observe how we are dividing the UI into smaller pieces that we can tackle. Then we have the icon, as people said. Then we have the tab bar. And then when I actually go into adding a chatting element, it does not exist. Unresolved reference, chat element compose, not found. So that is when we actually dive into building our own composable itself. So a composable could be made up of multiple composables, which you can build all by yourself. So we take a row, we take an image, we paint it with some resource, we take some text, we wrap that text in a column to get 2 lines of text. We add in some styling to make it bigger, bolder, and more visible. We add in a surface with the text, and then we add in some more text in a column. And then with that, now we have chat elements, which you can combine in a column to basically get the UI that we needed. So that's all that I would want to say. So you are able to just build, break down a big complex app like similar to WhatsApp within a few minutes. Most people got it right. So what I mean to say is Jetpack Compose is all based on how you can break down things into small pieces and then try to use smaller components to build larger components till you get a big application itself. So if you're just able to break it down, you have Jetpack Compose. So yeah, previously when I just wanted to share one more point. Never go into the semantics nor the exact schema of the language. Like how previously you were saying like Flutter and all this. Like, yeah, language is great. But primarily what I believe that we should all have is that generalistic approach. We all Indians are accustomed to this. Like if I go and ask a person, how do I solve this question? He will tell, I will use trigonometry, I'll use this formula, I'll use that formula. But instead try to break down the question. How do I break it down? So when I give you an app, do not go into which language should I code in this language, what is the method name and all that. Just see what can I do to break it down a big portion into a small question that you can try to solve. And then I would like to thank everyone for listening to me, bearing with me. I know I speak a lot fast and then I speak a lot. But thanks for bearing out with me. Hope I was able to maybe not enlighten you so much, but I believe I gave you some enough confidence for you to get started on your Jetpack Compose journey. And I feel so privileged to be in front of Google developer experts and then still talk about Flutter. It was very difficult for me because they are Flutter, I'm Android, both of us work for the same thing. But still, I would have to promote Android. They would need to promote Flutter. So it was very difficult, but thank you so much. Have a great day.
Hello. Hello. Thank you, Manas. Thank you for changing our perspective on Kotlin. So now let's switch our gears and we'll be diving into the prompt engineering with Santosh Nimani, a DevOps lead and TEDx speaker. So in the next half an hour, he'll be saying you and he'll be guiding you through this. Thank you.
Sir, you have any presentations?
I have the presentation in the laptop. Okay.
Able to connect your system.
Then we have the charger.
You have an HDMI port, sir, for this laptop?
C cable.
You have a HDMI adapter for that C cable? For HDMI, you do have a HDMI port. Do you have connector? You need to show any demo?
Yes, I have a demo.
You will be use my system. I have one converter. Yes, sure. Charge it in there.
be in the center of the stage, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then I'll be moving the camera.
Anyone feel? Check. Is it working?
Yes, sir, it is.
So, how you are feeling looking at me? Am I a magician? Yeah. Magician, right? Thank you. Someone told it before, but yeah, we'll go ahead slowly. What magic? Not me. Someone is going to do it on the screen. Okay. So I came here for presenting. Still, the magic is not working. So just give us 1 minute. Now I think it's working. Yeah. The name is, the topic name is here, Mastering Prompt Engineering. But the topic is not that. Okay. So to reveal the topic, you have to repeat after me 3 words. Okay? Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready? Yes. I will tell you. Okay? So you have to tell it 3 times. Okay? But it should be louder. Otherwise, my computer can't hear you. Okay? Kulja sim sim. Louder. Kulja sim sim. Kulja sim sim. So slow. Yes. So we are going to see something called as prompt magic show. We're going to see something called as, repeat after me, prompt magic show. So how many of you know about this prompt? Prompt. Any idea what is prompt? No? Okay, inputs. Instruction given. It's all textbook answers. I need a simple generic answer. Very simple. Sorry? A piece of text. Okay, little bit. Very near. Louder. Requirement. Okay. Anyone else?
A question.
A task. He's going little technical, but yeah. Command. Okay, someone already told it, like input. It's a simple thing, input. It's like this. For example, can I ask, yellow hoodie to come forward? Please sit down. I'm just giving you input. So it's like that. I'm just giving him an input to come over here. Yes or no? It's a simple input and it is given to him and he responded. Yes or no? Simply, prompt is that. Nothing else. You're just giving some input to some machine out there. It can be in many ways. Like you have your mobiles. Can you take out your mobiles once? I think Google experts are also here. You can just open, if it is Android, or you can just long press your center button and you can tell, hey Google. Yes or no? You're giving some input to it. You can call your girlfriend if you have. Call boyfriend if you have. So you can tell anything. You're giving an input to your system. Yes or no? So prompt is nothing but an input or something which you need or an instruction. Okay. So today, again, I'm going back to the topic of prompt magic show. So what this prompt magic show is all about. So before going into it, who I am. Anyone know who I am? Sorry? Louder. Prompt engineer. No. Who I am? I think there is a short introduction which is given by the organizers. Okay, TEDx speaker. My name, I know there are some designations. Okay, Santosh Nimani, yes. So I'm Santosh Nimani. I'm a TEDx speaker and author of a book called as Rise of the Proud Introverts, which is an Amazon's bestseller. Apart from that, I'm an DevOps lead working for Cognizant, and I'm an actor, I'm a model, I'm into multiple things, okay? So I have different business out there. So coming back to who I am, at this point of time, I'm India's first proud introverts career mentor. I help introverts to build their career. Apart from that, I love being into this technical side, and I love to deliver what I actually learned from my experiences. Okay, so I'm a passionate, not a trainer, a passionate teacher, and a passionate student as well, who always love to learn and to love to deliver. Okay, so yes, that is who I am a little bit. You can see TEDx platform. I have given it in Rajasthan, and this is my book, which is an Amazon's bestseller in the recent times. So this is a quite short introduction of me. There is a lot of story behind. But again, going back to me standing here, there is a small story. Would you love to listen the story before going into the prompt magic show? Yeah. So I think one of my love is in the last benches. So I think people who are sitting in the last bench, I mean, that's my place when I was in my college. So I'm a last bench student, but yeah, came from a very small town. If you know Parvatipuram, which is I think 150 kilometers from here. It's around 150 kilometers from here. I used to study in Gayatri Vidya Parishad, and I used to study in Gayatri Vidya Parishad. But from my childhood days, I'm a person who is very shy. A shy kid or a timid kid who used to hide behind my mom's sari. So people used to call me that shy guy always. They used to tease me like how this guy will sustain this world, because it's a very competitive world. Everyone want someone who can speak, someone who show the talent on the stage. Yes or no? That is how, I mean, you are listening to me because I am speaking out here. Yes or no? If you are sitting somewhere at the last bench, just eating whatever you have in your box, which your mom has packed, or you're not talking to anyone, people will not even care about you. Yes or no? That's what my story is. That's how it started. So all my childhood days, people used to bully me. People used to tell me that, Santosh, you can't do anything in your life. So that's where my motivation started. It's not motivation, it's an inspiration to tell that. I always love to tell this. If I can do it, anyone can do this in this planet Earth. So that's what my motto, and always love to share the same message to everyone out there. So if a person who is so shy, who even cannot introduce himself to any person out there, because my mom is a teacher, you know how strict she used to be. She used to have a wooden stick. Right now, we don't have all this. We know, I mean, in 90s and all, we used to have this wooden sticks and all. It used to be on this side of my hand, not this side also. So it's very hard. 90s kids, 80s kids, we know this struggle. Okay. So that kind of kid right now standing before you is something which I love to share, because this is only because of something which I have an intent to share what I learned. Again, I told you, right? I'm a passionate student and a passionate teacher who want to share what I have in my life. Okay. So this prompt magic show is also one thing which came recently into my life. Very recent. I think everyone's life also don't know about this AI before. I think something called as ChatGPT and all. But few years back only, this AI is there in our life. Like if you have Siri with you, she's not a girl, but yeah, in Mac, I mean in Apple and all, we have the Siri, which is also an AI bot. I think Google bot is also there, like voice command and all. But that is also an AI, which is there before this. But AI got so prominence when this text-based machines or bots came into picture. Yes or no? One among them is Google bot and ChatGPT and all, right? So today we are going to see that magic show, because this prompt magic show can change your life. Why? Because AI and machine learning, there are a lot of new technologies which are being there in the industry, which are the future. Wherever you go, this is being very relatable, and it is going to conquer the world. But it is dangerous as well. You have to be very sensitive, very accountable what you're doing. Is it making sense? Okay. So before going ahead, whenever you want to see the next slide, you have to tell that magic word along with me. What is that magic word? Louder. Louder. You had your lunch? You had your lunch? I didn't have my lunch. Still my voice is audible there, right? But still I use this mic. Okay. Once again, what is the magic word? So it's very simple, brother. Whenever they say Kulja Sim Sim, next slide. Okay, so you can search me in Google as well. You can find me over there. All my social media accounts, everything is there. But yeah, I'm not promoting myself. Again, I'm telling you, I'm not promoting. Just to show the power of social media or Google, whatever, the technology which we have. It's a very simple, right now we don't have something called as resume, physical resumes and all. We just have something called as digital media. I'm sorry. We have something called as digital media. I think there are a lot of influencers. How many of you are influencers? Social media influencers who have, oh, someone just came in. Okay, so that is going to have a lot of impact in the next coming days as well. So yeah, that's where I just want to show what I am. You can search me in Google and you will find me. There is nothing hiding, I mean, about me and all. You can just search me in Google and get to know more about my life and about my story. Okay, magic word please. Louder, louder. Again, I'm asking you. I will tell you. Don't. Okay. Had your lunch? I think last benches I'm not getting the response. At least you should shout like, I mean, you should shout with the whole energy what you have. Okay. The magic word please. Louder. So there is a definition about this AI and all, but what exactly this prompt is all about, how powerful it is, that's what we are going to talk about. Okay, and how you can optimize that particular prompt, and you can make it so quick so that you get the optimized answers and expected answers. Okay, so there is a lot of difference between giving a prompt and giving an optimized prompt. Okay, there are different types of prompts as well. So first, we should start with this particular sentence. The power of AI lies not just in its algorithm, but in the elegance of the prompts that drives them forward. So again, I'm telling you, it's not about AI. It's not about the algorithm. It's about the input. It's about the prompt which you give. If you want, there is a lot of information out there. If you want to write your question paper answer also, everything is available there. You don't need to just go prepare everything. I'm not telling you to cheat. Just an example. Please, disclaimer. Okay, so that's the statement which I want to tell you guys. It's nothing. There is nothing called as algorithm and all. How powerful you are giving this prompt makes a huge difference to get the response from the pod. For example, I'm not talking about ChatGPT. We are using Google Bard here to take some demos as well. Okay. So yes. Magic word, please. Louder. So I told you, right? I came here to do magic. I just want you guys to disappear like this. If I just do this, you all should disappear. That's what I am going to do. You love it? You love it? You want me to do this? Okay, just kidding. So I'm here to do a magic. It's not me again. Someone is going to do a magic. A lot of people think magic means not now. Magic means black magic. No. Okay. Some other color. Let's go to some other color. Someone think it's blue magic. Next. Someone think it's red magic. It's not black magic. It's not blue magic, or it's not red magic. It is. Yeah. Prawn magic. Prawn magic. It's simple. Like I told you, right? It's not black magic. Someone actually takes this as black magic. There is nothing black magic over here. There is no blue magic. There is no red magic. It is only prompt magic. Okay. So the topic is all about that. So now, so here you can see a small change in the word. How many of you observed that? Okay. And one more thing is, one more small surprise for you. Where is this? Yeah. So someone I feel so energetic will get my signed copy of my book. Okay? So it is here itself. I'm placing it here. Once after the session, if I feel they are so energetic, I think you are getting some sleep. I think last bench students are already sleeping. I can sense it from here itself. They are going down and they are leaning this side, that side. They are using their mobiles and all. I can see that. Okay. So yes, whoever are being energetic, at last I will give a signed copy, not a just copy of my book, a signed copy of my book, which is, I mean, I don't know the value of my sign at this point of time, but yeah, it will be more than some 100 crores or 1,000 crores in future. Thank you. And apart from that, one more which doesn't have which I can't quote is about my story, which is there in my book as well. Okay, coming back to this magic. So yes, please. They can gift it to someone, right? I am not telling you to just read it. I told you can gift it to someone. You feel your friend is someone introvert, you can give it to him or her. As simple as that. Okay, fine. Coming back to the topic here. On the screen, you can see how many words. There is a spelling mistake. I'm sorry, I'm not good at English. So there is a spelling mistake over here. So, but I'm not changing that mistake. Let it be. Okay? So it has MAGICC. Yes? That is about the magic, the prompt magic, which we are going to see. It's very simple. This 6 letters has some 6 components. 6 letters has the 6 components which you should use in the prompt. Okay? Let's go into that prompt and see. We'll see the live demo as well. I think I'm even promoting Google Bard itself here. So yeah, I will take the credit after this session definitely. Okay. So yeah, this 6 word consists of 6 components of the prompt engineering. Okay, let's go with the first word. The magic word, please. Louder, louder, louder. Louder, louder. The first letter over here is M. M stands for meaningful goal or a task. I think someone told about it. A task, which is a mandatory thing while going ahead in any of your ChatGPT or Google Bot, wherever you are. Task is nothing but, what is task? Let's talk about this. What is task? Sorry? Anyone? Louder? Organizers, can you give a mic to them as well, if you have one?
Manas, mic.
Mic, can you give it to them? I need help from the organizer somewhere. So
sorry.
I need answers from there. Yes. Now, yeah, we'll go back to the question. So what is task?
It is assigned work.
Okay. Come. Here. It is an assigned work.
An action to be performed.
An action to be performed. Anyone else? A work to be completed. Sorry? Something we are supposed to do. Okay?
Yeah, please raise your hand if anyone else wants to give an answer.
There, last bench.
An event which is given to us as a work.
Okay, an event which is given to us as work. Okay, fine. Okay, we'll understand this. Already I have given a definition over there. It is a meaningful goal. But normally task is whatever you told, it's correct. But in this particular context, it's a meaningful goal. Means you can't ask ChatGPT to go and wash your clothes. Okay. Right now, means I'm talking about only text-based kind of bots. I'm not talking about robots and all at this point of time, but I'm only talking about this text-based apps. Okay, so you can't ask your Google Bot or ChatGPT go and wash your clothes or go and drive a bike for me and all. It's a text-based. Okay, so there is a possibility in future. I think already there are automated cars and all, but that's a different case. I'm only talking about text-based apps. Okay, I'm making it very clear. Disclaimer. So yes, coming back to the concept of this meaningful goal. You should understand what this goal is all about. You should understand how you have to give your task. Okay. So I will give you a demo as well. Are you able to see my screen? So I have a task. I'm little fat. Okay. So I want to have a diet plan for me. So I'm asking Google Bard to give some output to me. This is a task which we have. Give me a diet plan. So Google Bard gave me some output, which is like it is giving breakfast and all this. But here you have to understand one thing. As I told you, it should be meaningful. It should be having a context. We call it as context. Okay. But do you think this works for me? Sorry? No. Why? Yeah. Someone is saying veg, non-veg. There are other parameters. If you are a fitness freak, you'll get to know. Like body type, what is the age, what are the side effects which you have. For example, if you're sorry, yeah, other things side. As I told you, some people will not. Curd is not acceptable for their body, right? Some people don't eat mushrooms. So as such, there are other parameters also. So it's just a simple context or a simple task which I give. It's about just give me a diet plan without giving any other inputs. But to understand anything, this task is the main aspect. You can give, for example, so I gave one more text here. What I gave? I am 80 kg. Does it make any sense? No. So it will give something like that. I understood that you're 80 kg, so and so, so and so. But it doesn't have any sense. There is no task here, right? So task is the major aspect that we call it as the major component. I am talking about the priority as well. So whenever you give a prompt, the first thing you have to understand is the task. Okay. For example, you have some interview questions. You can just give the question and ask the answer for it. Okay. One more thing which I love from Google Bard is you can directly connect your workspace, Google Workspace, and get the documents directly into this pod. I will show you how. So I already had it on my screen, but let me do it once again. So I connected my Google Drive into this. There is a Okay. Somehow it worked. Yes. So this is how you can connect your Google Workspaces here. I just connected my Google Workspace and I can actually read all the Google documents from this Google bot. Okay. So I can directly read. This bot can directly read everything. It's not like I have to again upload and all. Okay. So I'm so lazy. I think. How many? Okay, fine. So yes, I'll complete it. So in this way, the Google is actually reading. Google Bard is reading my particular document, and you can see there's an prompt which is been displayed over here, right? So that's how that's how the Google Bard is working. And yeah, I have given a task to just search about the file and then quickly read that particular line and print it over here. You can see the only line is been printed. Okay, so that's what about first thing, that is M in our slide. Okay, next. Before going to the next, I think we have very less time as organizers who are talking about it. So we'll do it a little quicker because already you understood a little bit about the context and all. Now we'll go to the next component. So the magic word, please. Okay. So the next particular component which we have is, again, context, actors context. It's very simple. Context is nothing but what you exactly need. What is your intent behind giving that prompt? Like you can tell the one which I have wrote, right? I am 80 kgs, give me a diet. That can be a context, a simple context. Or you can tell I want to reduce my weight, something like that. I want to reduce my weight. So can you please give me a diet plan? I am 80 kgs. So you have to tell the context to your bot and get to know about it even more better. So the same thing already I have given. I'm 80 kgs, and according to that already our Google bot has given something to us as a diet plan. We can even try one more time as quick as possible. Okay, fine. So I have given my task and I have given my context as well. See, I want to reduce my weight. So I told it as well, weight loss. And even I added about my weight, something like that. So if you combine this task with your context, the output will be even more better. Okay. So yeah, it gave me even more things. Like you can see in a tabular format, it gave me a diet. Okay, for the weight loss. And still there are a lot of things which we can add. So yeah, we'll go to the next component in this particular prompts magic show. So for that, again, magic word. Okay. MAG. So in that we have the grounding exemplars. So it's very what exemplars is. Exemplars are nothing but an example. By the word itself, it's a little complicated word, but it's simple example. You can tell, for example, give me a diet plan for a weight loss for 80 kgs body. And apart from that, you can give just an example who has already done it. Like someone has a diet plan already. You can just copy that, paste it over here and tell this is how the diet plan should work. And accordingly, our Google bot will give us customized customized diet plan according to the example as well. So this is not mandatory. The first two aspects are mandatory. What is the first aspect which we spoke about? Task, meaningful goal, that is task. Second, context. So these two are mandatory to give some output to us. From here on, it is like if you add it, it will be effective. You will get an effective output out of it. Okay. So the third element which we have over here is exemplars. Okay. So exemplars, I told you, just you can give any example, any friend example. Someone of your friend has done the diet plan, or someone has given a best answer. You want to know the answer of why you want to join this company, for example. Okay, someone asked you a question, why you want to join this company. So you can ask ChatGPT, give me an answer to why you want to join this company, and this is how the format should be. Like there is a format called a star and all. So you can actually use that particular format, and you can ask your Google bot or ChatGPT to do it. Okay, so that is the third element, third component which we have. And yeah, magic word please. The fourth is about persona, and we even call it as intuition. Okay, little bit. We are going ahead with a lot of information over here. So here, intuition is nothing but, we already know the context part. Yeah. Persona means, like already someone discussed about your own customized thing. For example, I am 6 feet. Example. Persona is about that particular avatar. We call it as customer avatar. We call it as the person. According to that person, you can give the input as such. For example, I am 6 feet and I am actually an age of something around 20, 25. So you are just giving that persona to it and telling that ChatGPT or Google bot to actually understand that particular personality and then give me a diet plan. Okay, that's about persona. We even call it as, I already told you, what is that? Apart from, sorry, avatar, customer avatar. So you are a customer right now. If you want your your diet plan, you can just give about you. I am so and so, and I am so and so cages. I am so and so age. I am so and so. I am a vegetarian. That's about your particular thing. That's only called as persona or a customer avatar. Okay, that is about one more component, which is persona. Okay, next magical word, please. Clarity and format. Okay, format. What is format? Fixed way of writing. Exactly. Done. Last slide. Okay, so what is format? There is a structure. For example, there is a tabular format which we got, right? Did you see that? You can also mention in that way, telling your Google bot, or it can be ChatGPT, tell that you give me a 6-column or a 7-column table and give me all the 7 days of my diet, or you are going for 6 days because one day is a cheat day. You can tell that format to your ChatGPT or Google bot, telling that this is what I want, and these are the columns which are to be. Like for example, there is a presentation. I'm telling you a secret. Whatever presentation which I'm giving is being generated in Google bot. I'm serious. I'm revealing it right now, but I have added my own feelings, emotions, and all the flow process and all. But the context or the text, whatever I got, mostly I got it from Google bot itself. Okay. So yes, I gave a format to it, telling that I want only 10 slides because I know the time limit and all. I only want 10 slides. I only want so and so thing. So I have given that particular format and asked Google bot to give a specific presentation to me, and I customized according to my requirement. Okay, I'm not just copying it. I'm telling you over here. I just taken that particular words or whatever the text which I got, and I have customized it according to me. Okay, that's what the format is all about. Okay, next. One more component. Go back. Okay, louder. Tone. Last one is about connection tone. So again, tone means, for example, you want to write a email to your boss telling that your internal marks have been having an issue. You just want to re-verify your internal marks or something like that. So you can tell your bot or chat GPT telling that, make it little bit professional, make it pleasing. Okay, or you're writing something to your customer, make it happy. You ask for you have to set the emotion of your tone as well. According to that, your Google bot or chat GPT can give you the answer. For example, I can just write, I am Microsoft CEO. Can you please write an email for my customer asking a customer feedback, and make it little bit pleasing, and tell him that I am going to give him some benefits out of it as well. So then your Google bot or chat GPT can make you even more better and in a pleased way. Okay, so in that way, basically we have all these components, 6 components which we have. Now we don't need this. I think so. The magic show is done. So we have the 6 components which are being there on my slide. Quickly, next slide. Wait, yeah, we have the 6 components. One is about the task, context, exemplars, persona, and format and tone. If you give all these 6, the output would be as accurate as possible. If you're only giving one task, or it is persona, if you add something like that, then it may be 60%, 70% of what you want. So always make sure you have all this. If you don't, at least make sure you have the first 2 into your particular prompt. So that's how the magic show of the prompt works. If you don't know, a lot of people don't know, just they will ask a question, give me answer of this, give me a right plan. A lot of people has done it. I even observed it. So this prompt engineering, not only today, in the next coming days, this is going to be a subject, and this is going to be something which will be like very high paid, because this is a skill. It's a smart skill which you have to understand. Okay, because you have to make sure some machine is working for you on your behalf. So there is a lot of things which are going in the background. A lot of digital marketers are using it. A lot of people don't know about it. Their clients also don't know that they are using this all this AI tools and all to make it more quicker and more faster. Okay, so with that, I am done for the prompt magic show. So I think if you have, yeah, please clap. So if you have any questions about this. So I recommend you at this point of time, I think Google and there are some companies which are providing some courses, free courses. You can register to them. At the same time, this is going, as I told you, this is going to be one subject in the next coming years as well. So at this point of time, I only suggest Google or I think Microsoft. They're all having some courses out here. You can just search about it. Just search for prompt engineering. Just a keyword is prompt engineering. So a lot of people don't know about it. But yeah, just search for prompt engineering. You'll get a lot of resources. But I always suggest Google or Microsoft, these people, because they already are working on it. Like they know it better than anyone else. Okay. Yeah. I think if you are silent means you understood everything, or you didn't understand anything. You understood? Yes, please. I thought it's a technical question, but it's a personal question. I acted in few short films. Yeah, I'm going to be acting in few movies as well. Okay. You will see me. See. But yeah, you will get to know. Not today. You keep on searching about me in Google, you will find me. Sorry? Sorry? So I'm from Vizag. So it would be Telugu. Anyone else? No? Leave? Okay, fine. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am. Okay. It's a very relevant question and it's very sensitive question, ma'am. But my answer would be we. We can't claim because it's we. If it is I or me, then you can claim. Because we means there are around 60 people around us. Everyone is responsible. So everyone keeps some data about it. For example, the same thing, prompt engineering. I write an article. You write an article. Someone wrote an article. So what this boards are doing is they collect all this information and they kept it in a format. So that's what we can't claim, or we can tell that this is. And one more thing is here, there are some bots which are having a side. We call it as taking one side of what we want. For example, I'm just giving an example. Please don't get offended. For example, I'm talking about Geetam. I wrote, can you please give me a review about Geetam? Someone wrote a very good article about Geetam in the Google somewhere. ChatGPT only took that particular positive points and it has given it over there. So it's called as biasing. There is a possibility of biasing over here as well. There is a possibility. But as I told, it's we. Whatever is there in the digital media, the bots or whatever tools which we have, it only reads that data and give you. That's the main challenge that we have to. I mean, that's what I told in the starting as well. It is useful, at the same time it's dangerous. Well, some people are asking, I'm telling you, ma'am, this is the ground reality. A lot of people are asking a weird question. I'm having a stomach pain. Can you please give me tablets over here? Or I'm having headache. I'm having leg pain. Can you please give me tablet? I'm having fever. So again, it is not. It's like this. If you're watching a movie, everyone has their own opinion. It's not like one. For example, he's a hero. He's at. Hero's favorite. He's the fan of the hero. Obviously, he will tell positive. Why he will tell negative about it? So we don't know what is right and what is wrong at this point of time. So ChatGPT only will be used, or Google Pod, whatever. Use it in a sensitive way, which actually can give you information, not the solution. I'm telling you again, it is only useful for information, not for solutions. Anything it can be. It's not a solution-based tools or anything. It is just information. You want some information, ask ChatGPT or Google Bard, it will give you. As simple as that. Okay? Yeah, I'm already done. If they have any questions, yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Any other questions? So if you have any other questions, please drop me a mail to nimmanisantosh@gmail.com, or you can follow me. I told you, right? You can follow me on Instagram and YouTube, and you can ask me any kind of question, not only about, this prompt engineering and all. You can ask about anything related to your career, anything about it. Okay? So once again, this is Santosh Nimmani signing off for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. As a backbencher, I feel like backbenchers are always truly amazing and truly exceptional. Just kidding. My friends in the back, they're going to kick me out when I say as a backbencher.